Oh, hello, as the screen distinctly tells us. So glad to be back at Big Bad Game-a-thon. I am Rock617. Thank you all so much for joining us on this first day. Really happy to be here. I was actually shocked to be reminded that I've actually never submitted this game for BBG before. So I've been playing this since about 2020. This is called Knuckle Bash. It's a fairly obscure beat 'em up from a shmup developer called Toplin. And the storyline of this game is something we'll very much be getting into, but the cliff notes is that we're trying to save pro wrestling from the corruption of pro wrestling, which is very much one of those things that I wish could just attribute to real life as a almost lifelong wrestling fan. But anyway, we'll get into that. So 80% is a bit of a misnomer, I'll be perfectly honest. I actually thought I submitted this as cutscene percent, and that's also exactly how I'm going to run it, because this game is at its most entertaining with cutscene percent. So anyway, we'll pop our credit in. This game has great music, by the way. So we've got our three characters. I'll be honest, our Elvis impersonator here is actually one of the better characters, but I'm not that great with him, so we'll be playing as our friend Plancha, the luchador. And off we go. Becoming a professional wrestler has always been my dream. I'll fight to the end to save this war from the corrupt Mad Bulls. Wrestling Heroes Unite. In Chicago Hotel, secret meetings have been arranged. Heroes decide to obtain the service of powerful master Ninpo. His name is Hayachi Ninja Warrior. Lands in Hong Kong, known to be a skillful and cutting fighter. Mad Bulls were on too, and not stopping nothing. Heroes can let this happen, even if it means. So here we are at the Hotel Rats. Small spoiler, the boss of the game is actually featured here. I will tell you who it is, though. Just know that he's actually there. We start off by getting these cool little combos that end in throw grabs, suplexes, power bombs, you know, the usual. I don't know what that guy's doing, but I'm gonna go over there and get him a good Knuckle Bash. He has wake up, doesn't he? Okay, get some crowd control in here. Throws are really good for that. Ooh, this guy's slippery. So now we got the bellhops mad at us. Duke it out with them a little bit. A little bit of guessing game about Hotel Rats. I think it was supposed to be Hotel Star, but it was mistranslated. And I can't confirm that to be true, but that's the best guess I have. Now we have these attendees getting up on our grill. Take them out real quick. So the first couple rooms are pretty simple. We're just bashing through basic enemies. Hoping to make quick work of them. Oh, also, this won't be important just yet, but you can block in this game by holding the attack button. Cool little pose we got here. Nice fountain, too. Anyway, under our next room, this is where the game starts to become of the times. This isn't very much a beat 'em up, but Toplin was well aware that fighting games were really popular. This was released in 1993, so 2 years after Street Fighter 2. And a lot of the rooms of this game were orchestrated like fighting games, so you get those cool little like versus screen motifs. So our friend the Road Warrior here has no wake up, so we can just keep walking over him like this and throw him on wake up and he can't get out of it. Alright, on to our boss of the stage. Through broken glass we have 2 enemies. Our kickboxer friend has no defense against jabbed out of the air, whereas our do-rag friend here is quite a bit harder to deal with. He has a really good wake-up attack that involves him doing like a straight-up kick, and I want to try to avoid that if I can. Alright, I did not want them separated this way. Thankfully should be okay. Alright, there we go. This guy also has no wake-up, so we could just dance over him if we needed to do something. And that'll clear out our stage. By finishing this stage, we get a full health refill, which is very valuable. And please excuse the most testosterone-fueled bonus stage of all time, but I'm going to be button mashing here. Basically, you have to put in more inputs of the attack button than the computer does. Mind the glutes. They're pretty worked. Quite a few more there. We also get extends in this game. First one comes 100,000, second one's a 500,000. All right, I'm actually gonna focus here. This boss fight is actually kind of tricky. Okay, thank goodness. That room is really sketch. It doesn't look like it. I killed him in short order, but if I didn't, it actually would have probably killed the run. He gets to get out and summon goons, and I have to deal with that, and I just need a quiet time. So anyway, our second room, no health refill yet, even though we technically finished stage 2. All right, these guys are being annoying to start. Big goal here is just get them all on one side if you can. One on the left is done for, so I'm not too worried about him anymore. Okay, those guys are really dangerous if they have space, so I'm glad I was able to close that out. Now for the boss of stage 3, here we have this interestingly colored ape that I refer to as the Blancarilla. We have a loop we're going to try and go for here. Push him to the corner, go for a slide, and slide is an option select here. If we get slide, we get a knockdown. We get to do it again. If we miss slide, we just go for a grab and do it again. Proceed until dead. All right, good fight. Thank you for the raid. Welcome Jinpoo and friends. All right, another testosterone-fueled good time with these glutes. My guess is it turns into his stage when it becomes sunset. So essentially with each ascending bonus stage, the computer gets to do more and more inputs. There they had over 100 and actually were fairly close to me. And the third one's by far the hardest, but also the least important. All right, for this stage, I forget which one it is, stage 4, I think. This stage is actually pretty tough. There's some things here that can go wrong that I hope don't. This group of enemies, grouping, I should say, in particular, is one of those things. If any of these guys get too much space on me, I could be in trouble. Particularly these guys in the white boots. They can cause issues. They just have really good melee attacks, as you can see there. He was able to chop me from about half screen away. Take you out. You don't have wake up, so I'm just gonna go up and do this. Alright, and for the following room, a bit tougher. Got these knife guys. Knife guys suck, as they do in most games. Especially beat 'em ups. These guys have really good whiff punishes. I can't, for the most part, just go up and start trying to jab them, because if I miss, they get to hit me, and they essentially get to combo me for free. The one great tactic against them is slide, so I'll be using that when I can. But in order to initiate damage to go as fast as possible, I need to... Whoa, that was sketch. Just churn out the damage that way. Okay, and on to our boss. This is the man we've been chasing. This is Hayate Ninja Warrior, as evidenced in the opening monologue. Very similar strat to the Blancarilla. Grab and push him in the corner, go for slide, try to keep him in place. I dropped an input there, unfortunate. Only took a little bit of damage. It should be okay as long as it doesn't happen again. He does have a lot of health, so this might take a little bit of time. Those curious about playing this game, slide is done by pressing either left or right and both buttons at the same time. Very useful to have, but it's easy to drop if you're not getting both buttons in a certain frame window. It's probably like 4 frames or so. All right, that'll clear out stage 4. And here's a cool feature of this game. There are 2 instances in this game where if you beat a character, you unlock them. So I'll join you and fight to them. And since Hayate is busted, we'll be switching to him. So here's some more lore. My journey takes me to Battle Kingdom, headquarters of the Bull Group. It's rumored that one of them wants out of the organization. Seems he doesn't agree with their methods. I too was once lured by the temptation of the Bull Group. They're nothing but a gang of criminals, evil as sin. So our first match is against the Vader twins. Drop him with a sling blade real quick. Now, taking note about Hayate, his jab is incredible. It's very fast and has dummy range. It's really, really good. Like, it can stun lock these guys with basically no issues at all. Get your tossed salad and scrambled eggs. Drop you. Alright, so that'll take care of the auto show portion of our game. I'm glad I can be of service. Okay, and now for this refight with the Road Warrior, we get to see Hayate's awesome walk cycle. Look at that strut. He owns every room he walks into. Okay. And the strat's exactly the same. He has no wake-up, so we're just gonna do this. Quite a few times. Sling blades and Azuna drops for all. One more should do it. There we go. I also like that this one actually takes place in a wrestling ring, unlike the rest of the game. So at least it's context accurate. All right, one more bonus stage. This one's by far the hardest, and there's no guarantee I'm going to win it. I think you need something like 125 inputs in the amount of time to win, so let's go for it. They're already ahead. They lower their arm first, which means they're beating us. Let's see if I can get there. Hey, we did it. Beat them by 1 input. Incredible. Okay, so I will need to focus here in the next couple rooms. These 2 rooms are arguably the 2 hardest in the game. So here we have the captain and his 2 cohorts. We'll start off by doing a tornado. Got our extend, that's cool. Do 1 more. Okay, now for the captain, I'm gonna go for a throw loop. He's gonna get up, he's gonna do a touchdown. I have to jump to avoid it, because it does a lot of damage, and it's unblockable. Have to do it again. Perfect captain fight, excellent. I did not actually have any of those in my practice runs, so that's super good. If he gets the drop on you, things can get really ugly really quickly. All right, and through the trapdoor on the way to our actual hardest boss in the game. This is the Sheik. I'm gonna follow a few rules here. Go to the right, slide under the tornado. Now I'm gonna go for grab loops. This is very easy to do, but it's also not an infinite. We can't kill him with it. The last cycle he gets to wiggle out of it, we have to switch up. All right, that'll end that. So now he's gonna go sky high. I'm gonna interrupt that. He's gonna do it again, and we get in the air again. That fight's really difficult because even with perfect execution, if you've taken any damage, you can't do both those tornadoes. You only have enough health to do 1. So it's critical that you're able to retain that. Okay, we unlock another character, this time the captain, so he'll join us and fight to them. Hayate's still really good here, but I think the captain's the optimal character for the last 2 rooms, so we'll go ahead and switch to him. So our Kabuki friend here, with his bopping soundtrack, is going to try and fly in on us, but now we have touchdown, so we get to do this. And on his wake up, we're going to block his wake up attack, grab him, give him a couple hits, drop him with a spine buster, and this is just going to be the whole fight. We take a little bit of chip damage from blocking, but it's not enough to be significant. It's better to just do that and just loop him to death. Also, I'm pretty sure the sky's on fire. That's interesting. I never noticed that before. And so that'll clear out our Kabuki friend, who does have some parting words for us. Let's see what he has to tell us. Also, spoiler, he looks like Giant Baba. I knew all along you'd defeat me. I think you can destroy the bulls. I hope you will succeed. Good luck. Thank you, Baba. All right, on to our final boss. This big Stitch face. So I'm gonna go for no miss strat since I'm on no miss pace. No deaths. So I'm gonna do that. Get him to whiff this flurry. Hopefully go for it again. Oh, I missed. No, that's unfortunate. Didn't get the throw. Yeah, that's bad. Very unfortunate that. He didn't behave. Oh, I thought he was gonna do the thing I didn't want him to do. Okay, so we get him to roll. Still gonna go for no miss strats here. I have to bait out this roll thing he does, walk up and throw him. Kinda hard to escape the hitboxes. Bait it out. 1 more. Cool. Alright, that's a no miss. And our stage clear will be time. Not a single death. Normally, if I had the health, I'd be able to do touchdown strats, and those are a lot more fun. Also, for the person that's going to be talking is the blonde guy, and he's the worst character in the game by far, so I'm going to emulate his voices if need be. They were a formidable opponent. Is this the end? That's right. We have one thing left to do. What's that? Take control of our destiny. And Fantasy Star for ending screen! I had to give Polly head props for that one. She threw that out, and I've been calling it that ever since. Our young heroes, by the way, no E. Ah, the tale of the 5 wrestlers. What a knuckle bash it was. Anyway, thank y'all so much for the GGs. I'm going to do a quick initial entry. Because we deserve it, by golly. It was a knuckle bash of a good time. Really hope y'all enjoyed that. I love this game. This game is just so wonderfully silly and great, and I wouldn't call it bad, but it's certainly jank, and jank is always more than welcome at BBG. So, all right, everybody, thank you again so much. Up next, we've got some more bad games, so y'all stay tuned and take care. I'll rock out.